and fight through this.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner,
When Kurt Angle gets the hold in that tight, there is no way you're not tapping. The pressure's just too great, the pain's too great, and BG James knew he was defeated.
Kurt Angle defeats Jeff Jarrett's friend, BG James, just 3 days away from the showdown at Genesis on pay-per-view. And now here come the main event Mafia in force, out to congratulate, out to celebrate with Kurt Angle.
Well, you see Scott Steiner, Booker T, and of course Big Sexy Kevin Nash as Kurt Angle did what he said he would do. He said he couldn't believe Jeff would allow BG to be in the ring with him, but you gotta give BG James credit. He was just so tough out there, and he gave it everything he had. It just wasn't enough.
Boy, I don't like that sick look in the eyes of Kurt Angle. This guy just ruthless as Scott Steiner tosses the steel chair in. The main event Mafia, Kurt Angle, they're not done yet with BG James.
Oh, and you know they're not. As you see Kurt Angle chasing away Earl Hebner, and you think about that vision of Joe and what happened when they brought that chair into the ring with him. And now the beatdown by Kurt. I mean, he promised this. He promised that he was going to take it to Mick Foley and Jeff Jarrett tonight. They were going to take them out. As BG James lying helpless in that ring.
Uh-oh. The already injured ankle of BG James being put in the steel chair. They're going to try and break his leg right here.
Oh, and they're also sending a message to Mick Foley and Jeff Jarrett. They're trying to goad him into coming out here. And that's just sickening. Look at the stomping that he's doing on that leg on BG.
They're using BG James as a pawn to bring out Jeff Jarrett and Mick Foley. And I tell you what, it worked, because here comes the TNA founder, the king of the mountain, the TNA executive shareholder as well, to check on the condition of BG James.
Well, you know, the trap's been set. As you can see, Jeff, though, he's more concerned about the health of BG James as he's calling for help out here to take care of him. It's Kurt Angle. That look in Kurt's eyes, I mean, it's just almost blank.
Trainers, EMTs, security out to assist BG James. I can tell you, this is only going to fuel the fire. This is only going to escalate the hate. I didn't think it could get any more intense between Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle, but it has.
I'm going to break your ankle too, Jeff Jarrett. Oh, yeah. I'm the man. Jarrett's going to get this thing. Right.
How will Jeff Jarrett react to this? We'll be right back. Jeff Jarrett's friend, BG James, being stretchered out of the impact zone. Jeff has asked for a microphone. Let's hear what the TNA founder has to say.
Kurt, words can't describe how I feel right now. Kurt, this was between you and me. It had nothing to do with Brian. Nothing. As the leader of TNA, Kurt, I have prided myself on setting an example of doing things the right way every time. Kurt, that's character. But this Sunday, Kurt, all I can think about is beating the you. Kurt, I'm talking to you, you son of a Kurt.
So all this emotion going on inside this ring. Looking at Jeff Jarrett struggling for the words to say. Looking at BG Armstrong sacrificing himself for the well-being of his friend. Jeff, I can't help but stand here and feel just a little bit ashamed. It was 2 weeks ago. I was standing right about here. I looked up at the Main Event Mafia and I said, at Genesis, Mick Foley is crossing the line. And I looked up and I saw my face in brilliant high definition, and in the back of my mind I couldn't help but think that, man, I looked pretty bad up there on that screen. This one tooth, if you see, is kind of gray. My beard's turning a little bit white. My skin's looking a little bit haggard. And then I thought about all the reasons that was so. The tooth is gray because 10 years ago, in one of the most famous matches in our business's history, that same tooth was jammed up my nose. So we put it back and it never really took, but that's okay because it's the story of my life. All of these things represent who I am. Yeah, I walk a little slower. I stumble a little bit when I talk, and I'm not a handsome man. But I am the hardcore legend. And on January 11th, at Genesis, the hardcore legend is coming home. The truth is, Jeff, I know I can't do it alone, and I know you got your hands full with Kurt Angle. Rhino, you'll be competing for the TNA Heavyweight Championship. So I will draw strength from Brother Devon, one half of the most decorated tag team in wrestling history. And from AJ Styles, the gutsiest performer of this generation. Some words of warning, Main Event Mafia. Yeah, take a look at me. I may not be as good as I once was, but for one night, I will be as good as I ever was.
It's just 3 days away. Genesis is just 3 days away.
Damn, I can't wait till this Sunday.